Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Unity of Gainesville, Florida. So, we want to welcome you. As I said, I'm also curious, do we have any newcomers in the room today? And if so, could you please show us or raise a hand? Yay. Right, welcome. Okay, so this morning's announcements. Reverend Marciah McCartney is our speaker today. Yay, Marcia. Reverend Marcia's passion is supporting humanity in rediscovering the part of each of us plays in our divine oneness. She is the creator of an alternative ministry based on healing play, laughter, and creativity. The Planetary Play Project, it's called the Planetary Play Project. She currently lives in Crystal River, Florida with her fur babies, Joey and Sophie. So we are encouraging mask wearing, just to be on the safer side of things. If you can stand it, please do it. Our music today is provided by Kathy DeWitt. Yay, Kathy. Kathy is a professional musician who has been providing our music for many, many years, and we are ever grateful. Thank you, Kathy.
I am grateful.
So be sure to check our website or the weekly newsletter sent out by our webmaster, Sue Young, for upcoming events. Our board member on duty today is Donna Bonnell. She's out in the lobby area. Thank you, Donna. And our prayer chaplain today is Rue Pauley. She's in the back of the chapel here. And she is available for a half an hour after the service to pray with you if anybody feels a need or would like that. All right, Miss Reverend Marciah McCartney will open our service with the opening prayer, followed by opening song.
Thank you. Wow. Yay. I just want to soak in the love and the joy and the peace that each one of us brings here today. Can you feel that? You can see it. It's real. So we take a moment to enter into a most sacred place this morning as we come together as community. A most sacred place at this most sacred time. And we take just a few moments to get quiet and listen to what the Spirit is speaking to you this morning. Words of unity. Words of peace. The absolutely perfect word just for you. So with this awareness now, we simply make ourselves available to the amazing truth that is ours to know and experience and express. We've come here today in this most sacred community of love to be embraced and to embrace each other with the knowing that we are one. And in our oneness this morning, we are open, available, receptive, ready, and willing to allow Great Spirit, Almighty God, infinite life to express through us in the most perfect way. And for this, we are truly, truly grateful. We open up our eyes and we say, thank you, thank you, thank you. So it is.
For our opening song, I thought we would do our old standard, surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. And if you need the words and you have a hymn book on a seat back in front of you, there should be a little sheet here right at the frontispiece of your book. Frontispiece, how's that for a literary term? I bet you don't hear that too often these days. Okay, here we go. You can stand up if you want. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. I can hear the rush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. In the midst of God's children, the Lord said we would be. It doesn't take very many, it can be just 2 or 3. And I feel that same sweet spirit that I felt the days before. Surely I can say I've been with my Lord. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. I can hear the rush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
Beautiful, thank you. So please join me in affirmation for today. There is one power and one presence in the universe and in my life. God, the good, omnipotent. Today's daily word for Sunday is realize. I realize the power of spiritual truth. I have had many aha moments throughout my life when something that had befuddled me for years suddenly became clear. It may have been something I tried to learn in school, a skill I practiced and tried to master as I grew, or even an idea that challenged my understanding of the world around me. Whenever I realized something new, I could feel my world expanding, opening up before me in fresh and exciting ways, making me eager to discover even more. On my spiritual journey, I feel a similar excitement as I realize I have so much more than a spark of divinity within me. I am fully divine, just as I am fully human. I feel newly alive in this realization and so very grateful for it. From Genesis 28:16, we read, "Then Jacob woke from his sleep and said, 'Surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it.'" How's that for coincidence? All right, so Reverend Marciah will now lead us in our meditation.
We'll do a meditation song, Sanctuary. And I know a lot of people like to sing harmony on this one, and that's Reverend Marcia's theme for her message today. So feel free to sing harmony. You don't have to mute yourselves unless you're on Zoom. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
How does it feel to be a living sanctuary? How does it feel? I invite us to feel being a living sanctuary right now. If it feels comfortable for you to close your eyes and allow your awareness to drop down into your heart space, your living sanctuary, right there where you are. There's nowhere you need to go, nothing you need to do, but simply remember who you are and why you are here now. You are a living sanctuary of infinite spirit, of life. Every breath you breathe with that awareness that the living spirit of infinite life is breathing itself through you with each breath. No struggle, no strain, simply breathe in a real gentle and easy way, allowing yourself to relax now. Gently letting go of any worries, gently letting go of any concerns. Nothing in the past, nothing in the future. Simply in this moment, there is all there is. And all is well. And as we wake up into the present moment. We know that all is well. We have everything we need in this moment. Right this moment, you are rich. You are prosperous. You are filled with the love and the peace and the joy of infinite Spirit God. Holy Spirit God, right there where you are. So I invite us just to relax into that now. If there's any tightness in any area of your body, just let it drop and let it go. Feel yourself just If there are any thoughts of worry or concern, right now, let them go. Because right now, in this moment, you have everything you need. Because you are a living sanctuary filled with the abundance of the universe right here, right now. Feel the feeling of abundance, of fullness and an emptiness at the same time. Everything you need is right here, right now. Breathing in and breathing out this awareness brings us into such a state of peacefulness. Nowhere to go, nothing to do right now. Enjoy. Be grateful for. Celebrate this awareness. And allow it to expand. Allow it to expand and grow. Allow it to elevate and evolve. Allow yourself to know in the deepest way that you are a living sanctuary. And that is all we need to know right now, in every moment. Remember and see what kind of life that life gives you. Feel it. Be grateful for it. And share it. It is yours to give. And what you give comes right back at you. To live your life in the fullest way. Breathe with this awareness today. And I guarantee you, your life will evolve in amazing grace ways. For this, we are so grateful. Thank you, Holy Spirit, infinite life, for living yourself, itself through us today and through this community. And so it is. And so we let it be. Amen and amen.
There's a song by Daniel Neiman called Water. I've seen my share of struggles when I thought that I knew best. When I've sailed through a storm instead of stopping to rest. And it always seems the hardest when I made up my stubborn mind. Well, I'm changing my ways this time. I want to be like water coming down the mountain in the shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Want to be like water and up here no more. I am bound for the sea. Have you ever seen a river head straight into the wind? He doesn't pick a fight spreads his wings and just gives in. In the end, he always makes it home just fine. I guess he knows that every storm subsides. Wanna be like water heading down the mountain in shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, and up here no more. I am bound for the sea. I'll let nature take its course, never thinking that I know where this river's meant to go. I railed against the stars for the cards that I've been dealt, for the lottery I've never won and the heartache that I've felt. But it seems when I let go of expectations and regret, life has plenty of surprises for me. Wanna be like water down the mountain in shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, and up here no more. I am bound for the sea. Try with me, coming down the mountains. Wanna be like water down the mountain, shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, and up no more. I am bound for the sea. I am bound for the sea. Is that a fun song?
Beautiful. And now Reverend Marciah will now speak to us on harmony.
I'm so glad to be back here again. You know, this is one of my spiritual homes. I served here for about 5 years, several years back. And you guys are just the best. You're the best. And Kathy, I love being back playing the music. It feels like, you know, it just feels like harmony. Such a homecoming always when we're together. And yeah, I wanted to talk about harmony today. Because isn't it something I think we all kind of crave? A sense of harmony and balance in our lives and in this time that is so peculiar. Would you say it's kind of peculiar? So I had this little chant that I wanted to see if you guys would sing it with me. And I'll sing the whole thing first. There's only like 5 lines of it. Or no, 4. And then we'll see if we can do it together. But it goes like this. From thee I sing, to thee I give, together we share, and from this we live. Are any of you familiar with that chant? I know we used to do it here a long time ago, but sing one line after me and we'll see how that feels. And I really want you to feel about what the words are saying. From thee I receive, to thee I give, together we share. And from this we live. Now I'm going to invite you to look at someone sitting next to you. You don't have to get up for this, but just really look in their eyes as we sing this together. We used to get up and hold hands and all that, but we're in a different time and a different space. Let's see if we can do it together. From I receive, To thee I give, together we share, and from this we learn. From thee I receive, to thee I give, together we share, and from this we learn. It's the natural harmony. It's the natural harmony and balance, the ebb and flow, like the song that Kathy just sang for us, the yin and yang, the universe, the balance, harmony. I always thought of harmony as how we sing together, and it's certainly a beautiful aspect of the same thing. It's to give and receive. Natural harmony, natural balance, giving and receiving are different of the flow of the universe. Different aspects of the flow of the universe, and in our willingness to give that which we want to receive, or what we're seeking, we keep the balance and the abundance of the universe flowing, circulating through our lives, because we are the universe. It isn't outside us. We are it. A wise teacher once said, "Given it shall be given unto you." If you want more love, give more love. If you want more joy, give more joy. If you want more peace, be more peaceful. Give that peace. If you want more understanding, be more understanding. If you want more acceptance, be more accepting. If you want to have more financial abundance in your life, this is the basic principle of prosperity. Give it. Give it a lot. And you will receive in turn. The moment that we stop giving and receiving, two sides of the same coin, we cause coagulation. I love that word, coagulation. You all want to say that? Coagulation. Who wants that? It's like the clot in the bloodstream stops the flow of blood. The damming up of the flow of the river causes a dry riverbed. Stop giving. We stop the flow of the universe energy in our lives. We are energy beings. Energy are us. I'm going to ask Anne to come up for just a second. Anne teaches Qigong here. In many other places. But that
energy. And we're going to just move it side to side, just because it's sitting, sort of forming an infinity symbol or figure eight on the art plane. Just relax and let it float. Get right into it. Sort of move it from one into the other.
Wow. Wow, beautiful. Thank you.
Chi ball.
Play with the chi ball. It's about playing. That's my favorite topic, you all. Play and laughter and celebration, And that's what the teacher, Jesus, said. He said, "You are the light of the world." And what he was saying, I believe, is that we have to keep the light of the world that we are, the energy and the world, by giving and reading, keep our energy flowing, keep our light shining, because we are energy. We are the light, and how do we apply this law of giving, receiving? How do we do that? How do we do that? We just did it, didn't we? We felt the energy, and perhaps one way to make a commitment to keeping wealth circulating and health circulating in our lives. Keep the currents flowing through our lives. We want coagulation. We want that flow of energy. We got to start giving the most precious gifts that we have. Each one of us has precious gifts, the most precious things in life. The things that are of the most value are not the money in the bank. You know, we've been taught that. Or, you know, the big car, or the big house, or the boat, you know, but the things that we really yearn for the most are the most valuable. And what are they? Affection, appreciation, attention, and kindness. So simple. They are the richest and the most valuable things that we have. The most valuable things. You can ask any person in hospice, any person in a nursing home. It's not the money they saved. No, all their whole life. It's the affection showed by others. Appreciation, attention, kindness, compassion. I'm like speaking to the choir here, I know. But I know I teach what I need to learn, you know, and even though this message is, we've heard this message over and over again, it's like this energy, you know, that we just did with our hands. It's like the more we focus on it, the more it flows through our lives. You know, and affection is touching someone, you know, in a loving way. In our society, we don't touch enough, especially through this pandemic. We have been touch deprived. You know, we really have. But a few years ago, I love this interesting study they did. And it was about to determine which cultures were the most affectionate. Have you ever heard of that? That's really a cool kind of study. They observed couples eating dinner together, and they counted the number of times they touched each other. I think you might know where I'm going with this. But in Latin America, you know, like Mexico and Puerto Rico and Costa Rica, you know, they touched 180 times. They did the study. And in France, in Paris, 90 times. In Italy, 100 times. And in England, oh my God. And I have to say, they did a study in Florida. 2 times. 2 times. In fact, in England, they're still waiting for them to touch. You know, I mean, we just feel better when we touch each other. And we got to give ourselves a break because we have been under some pretty strict restrictions during the last year and a half. But you know that hugging really does release biochemicals, healing chemicals in our bodies, endorphins, serotonins. So I want to invite us right now just to gently close our eyes. Just close our eyes and relax. Take a couple of breaths. And I'm going to invite you just to get in touch with the energy in your hands, the way we just got in touch with that energy when we were balancing the ball of chi. And I'm going to invite you to feel the energy in your hands right now. And I'm going to invite you to place your hands and your arms around yourself right now. Feel the energy. Feel the energy of love coming from your heart to your whole being. So I invite us in the next months, as we're still moving through this time of quarantine in a way, that we remember we can do this for ourselves anytime. I live, Reed was saying, my family is a cat and a dog and Marciah. That's my family. And I sit in my little home down in Crystal River. And, just like you all, been deprived from friends and family. And so I've had to learn how to cuddle myself, cuddle my babies, my fur babies. So it's something we can do lovingly and compassionately for ourselves. And attention is simply listening to each other. Listening. Being present for each other. Creating a safe space for others really creates a safe space for us. And it's an incredible gift that we can give to someone else, to simply listen and pay attention. And sometimes we can do that with not even speaking. Maybe we can't touch as much right now, but we can certainly look in each other's eyes, even if we have a mask on. And by that, we are paying attention to each other. We're being seen. So important. And I believe that these are the most basic human needs. Attention, affection, appreciation, and kindness. There was a social studies class they were given an assignment to come up with an idea that would make a difference in the world. Great social study, assignment for kids. And this little boy steps up to the blackboard and he points to an X and he said, "Well, that's me." And then underneath it, there were 3 X's, and he said, "Those are the 3 people I'm going to do something nice for." Yeah, to do something nice. And the teacher went, "Well, that's a pretty noble idea, but the rest of the students and I think it's like a utopian idea, the movie and the book, Pay It Forward. Yeah. The main character, a young boy, Trevor, gets this idea. He gets this idea. If someone did you a favor, something big, something you couldn't do on your own, and instead of paying someone back, you paid it forward to 3 more people. And the next day, they each paid it forward to 3 more people. And the next day after that, those 3 people, those 9 people paid it back to 3 more people. And every day in turn, they paid it forward to 3 more. In 2 weeks, that first pay it forward would turn into, can y'all do that math real quick? No. How about a calculator? No. 4,787,969. Wow. Pay it forward. And the Pay It Forward Foundation is still going on. That movie was back, I think in the early 90s, I remember seeing it. But the Pay It Forward Foundation was established to educate and inspire young students to realize that they could cause change in the world. They could make a difference in the world by one act of kindness. So I just want to drop a hint here. What if it started here today? And each one of us paid it forward to 3 more people this week. And you told each of those to pay it forward to 3 more. And I wonder what would happen here in Gainesville. Just think of the possibilities, you know? What a great possibility. You know, and that idea came from Catherine Ryan Hyde. She was the author of that book and the movie, Pay It Forward. And in an interview, she was asked where she got the inspiration for the book, for the book. And she said, well, 20 years ago, I was driving alone through a rough area of LA, and her car stalled. It was an old Datsun. I remember my dad had an old Datsun. Well, the engine died, and all the lights went off, and it started filling with smoke. And she jumped out of the car, and 2 men started running toward her. This is dark night. Everything is like black outside, and, you know, and smoke filling the air from her car. And these 2 guys start running toward her with a blanket. And she panicked. You know, her first thought was, oh my God, this is it, you know? But they pushed past her. This is a true story. And they popped the hood on her car, and the engine was on fire, and the whole car was, you know, in a blaze by that time. And they put the blanket over the engine, and that car could have exploded. And the 2 men who saved her, they were nowhere to be found. The fire department arrived, and once the emergency was over, she was looking around for those guys. She wanted to thank them. They saved her life, you know, saved her car. But they had vanished. They were like anonymous angels, you know? And over the next few months, she decided if she couldn't do anything to pay them back, to repay those guys, she would help find somebody else to help. She would find somebody else to help. Because that kind of giving, that kind of living and loving and compassion and that attitude is contagious. What a great pandemic we could start right here in Gainesville, you know? Not long after that, she had the opportunity to help a young lady who was stranded on the side of the road. Didn't know the circumstances of why that lady was stranded. She just knew she wanted to help that lady. She stopped her car. She said, what can I do? Take me to a gas station. She gave her some money. That lady had wanted to repay Catherine for the good deed she had done. And she said, no, please don't give me anything. Pay it forward. And she said, Catherine, in an interview, she said that she spent the next 20 years wondering what kind of world it would be if that idea of pay it forward caught on. Again, that would be kind of a great pandemic to be in the middle of. How can we pay it forward? All kinds of possibilities. It doesn't have to be something earth-shattering. It can be something really simple, but that the person that you're giving it to, it could be huge, you know? So there's another idea around this is that random acts of kindness and senseless acts of beauty. You remember that? You know, I think it's time to bring all these things back again, you know? That was a light bulb moment for that lady that thought that idea. She wrote it on a napkin in a restaurant, and somebody else near her saw her write that down, random acts of kindness and senseless acts of beauty, and it started a movement. You know, it did. It started a movement that took off all over the world. All you saw for, I don't know, months was posters and T-shirts and bumper stickers. Random acts of kindness, senseless acts of beauty. There's a Sufi story that says, pass the seeker As he prayed, came the crippled and the beggar and the beaten. And seeing them, the holy man went down into prayer, and he cried, "Great God, how is it that a loving creator can see these things yet do nothing about them?" And out of a long silence, he heard a voice, and it said, "I did do something. I created you." If you want happiness for an hour, take a nap. If you want happiness for a day, go fishing. If you want happiness for a year, inherit a fortune. And if you want happiness for a lifetime, help somebody. Help somebody. An old man told this story at an AA meeting. You all know my history with AA, so this really touched my heart, this story. A few years ago, he said, I had managed to screw up my life so badly that I found myself without hope, without a future, without a home, no money, nothing. I'm ashamed to admit it, he said. I was so absorbed by myself, my own self-pity, all I could do was think of begging enough money to get the next bottle of wine. And one day I was sitting in front of a store panhandling, and a woman walked by with her son, a small boy. She ignored my pitch, and they hurried along, and as I watched them go, that little boy broke away from his mom and ran back to me. And he stood in front of me. And he fumbled in his pocket, and he pulled out a $5 bill. That's probably more money than he ever held in his life, a $5 bill, little boy. And he handed it over to me. I was completely dumbstruck and just sat there staring at him with my money in my hands, you know. And then his mother returned, and with tears in her eyes, she gently led the little boy away. And that little boy turned back to wave, and then they were gone. I don't know how long I sat there, the man said, but I have not had another drink since that day. Wow. Never know what one act of kindness can do for another. Wow. From thee I receive, to thee I give, together we share, and from this we live. Namaste. Namaste.
Wow, thank you, Reverend Marcia.
Thank you.
Let's do this again.
Yay.
Now we have a song.
Yeah, we have a song.
Okay.
This is another Daniel Nahmod song. This is one a lot of you know, so feel free to sing along. Love is my decision.
Oh.
And yours. Love is my decision. It's up to me to give love is my decision. No one else can tell me to stop. Once I decide to change my mind, God will be mine. Love is my decision, my decision. right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on my place. Lord is my decision. No one else can make me happy. Once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision. My decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance on my road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my heart. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Lord is my decision. My decision right here and now. My decision right here and now.
Okay, now's the time to bless our blessings and share them with the church. So dig deep. And our offering blessing, divine love expressed
through me, blesses and multiplies
all that I have.
all that I give and all that I receive.
Thank you, Father, Mother, God. And so it is. And we also are going to bless the children of unity, past, present, and future, as well as the children of the world. Right? We got enough to share. All right. So y'all know. Oh, sorry, Gwen.
Oops.
Do you want to say it after me? Do that little thing we do? Okay, let's do it like that. I love it. All right. Yes, you do. I know you do. Good. Children, we love you.
Children, we love you.
We bless you.
Bless you.
We
We
appreciate you.
appreciate you.
And we
And
see you doing wondrous things.
You're doing wondrous things.
We love
You, we
you.
love you. We really, really love you.
And Miss Gwen will share with us her insights and inspiration. Right.
Well, we came this morning and you might have felt like just a plain old Coke or maybe a Coke Zero. But after Marcia shared her wonderful talk on harmony, we're going to leave here with Fizz. And we call it enthusiasm and understanding.
Thank you, Gwen, so much. All right, so now it's time for our peace song.
No closing prayer?
Marcia, come on, do a closing prayer, and then we'll go into our peace song.
So if everybody could stand up, we're going to do a peace song after this. But I just a popcorn prayer of appreciation where you are right now in this moment, especially after the service and after being with this community. A popcorn, you know what popcorn is, just saying out loud, and at the same time, all the things that you're grateful for. Can we do that? All right, 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah.
Love, music, friends, and family. Okay. Ooh. All right. Let's join hands and make a circle. if you want to. Let every peace on earth and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family are we. Let us walk with each other in harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joy as well. To take each moment and live each moment in peace and summer and let it be. The prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.